All right, so welcome to this week's Unikernel application spotlight. This week we're looking at WildFly. So WildFly is a app server for the JVM. Um, what some people might not know is that this is actually a really old project, or at least the continuation of one. It started out as JBoss in 1999, and this is the latest and greatest open source version 25, 26 years later. Now, obviously, it's gone through lots of different changes, but this is a continuation of the same piece of software. So this is extremely popular throughout the enterprise. Like anybody who's doing Java, I mean, this is definitely still used quite a lot everywhere. And so we went ahead and made a package out of it. To be quite honest, I'm not sure which JVM I based it on. I just think it was. We can take a look maybe. Let's see. It's ops packages D iBerg WildFly package manifest. So yeah, it looks like it is JDK 21047 is what it was. And that's what I do when I make these JVM packages. We just take an underlying JVM and then we throw the jar and the arguments and the env files and envars and configuration, all that stuff out there. Typically, especially if you're running like one of these shell scripts that spins it up. If there's just one process, which hopefully there is only one, I just take the PS output and I just literally cut and paste it in, and that usually gets you going, pretty far. I don't think I modified this at all. Maybe, but anyways, so that's what that is. You can get your package here. It is a little bit bigger, and perhaps this could be trimmed down quite a bit. I don't know. That's the thing with packaging is that it's really the people who are distributing the software that would be in the best situation to know what should go into a package and what should not. Because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't belong. Stuff like, and I'll show you client programs, for instance. I mean, that's not something that belongs in a server package, right? But they usually do come distributed when you download the tarball. So, that's a judgment call there, I think. Yeah, let's spin it up. Let's look at it a little bit more. So this is how we get going, right? And I'm gonna show you a couple of different things. All right, so we spin it up. It says, hey, we're up, we're running, we're kicking ass, and then it crashes. Okay, well this sucks. Looks like we had an assertion fill on this syscall. Well, this is something we actually had to fix. Basically, with synfile, there was a scatter gather list being used in our implementation of synfile, and basically the file offset at the end was at the end. It resulted in a 0, and then that wasn't really expected, and that's why the assertion was saying, hey, this shouldn't happen. So this little patch had to come in to actually get this package running, because I actually made this package. Well, I guess I made the package a week ago, but I was looking at this a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we had to get that fixed first. So to actually use this, it's not in the latest version. You're gonna have to do the nightly, which is -n, to get on the nightly branch. And basically, that downloads whatever is in master branch, main branch, whatever you want to call it. It'll point out whatever's in there. So now with the nightly, it spins up, and now we can actually run the damn thing. And so it says, say hello. So Bob, hello Bob. So this is, your basic app server. If you're familiar with WildFly, you probably know what to do. Another kind of interesting thing was they have this management interface. So if you try to load this up right now, it doesn't actually load. And the reason why is because there is no, it's not listening for one. But there's no user, so this doesn't come with a user out of the box. So this management interface is not there yet. What you need to do, and as you can see, this is just a package, but I've also prepared this little config. So the config basically just says, hey, load what's in this target. Let me show you what that is. And so basically this is some more pieces of the file system: target, server, standalone configuration, it's management groups, and management users. Now, how did I actually get that? Well, so remember when I was talking about the tarball, getting started, target, server, bin, we have this add user script, right? So we can just kind of walk through this, and I've already done this, so I'm going to show you it, but then, you know, do it again. So we do management user, we're going to do admin, it's already admin, so we're going to update it. And then the super strong secret password I'm going to do here is ABC123 pound. ABC123 pound. What groups do you want? Yeah, just default. And so it's going to stuff it into these files. And all I did down here in your bottom left, all I did was basically copy this configuration over. That's all. And now what we can do is, so 9990, right? Okay, so I actually didn't expose the port the last time. That's why I wasn't bringing it up. And see, now it's saying, now it wants me to like log in, right? And so say I do admin or something, and it's not letting me in. What we need is to pass this config. So you see this overriding existing file, because I actually already have an existing file in there. And that's, again, a packaging concern. But you can see that it went ahead and copied my files over. So now let's load it up. Let's do admin. And it lets me in. And so now we can get all the nice, juicy config that I might need to screw with. So there's that. The other thing is, obviously, we have this. So these are a set of scripts that gives you JBoss CLI. And we can connect. So admin, and then ABC123 pound. Okay. So now I got this little shell, for lack of a better description. And it does let me do some interesting things. Now, JBoss has been attacked quite a bit in the past. Part of that is because it's old, right? It's not because the code was necessarily crappy. It was more of just, you know, over the course of 20 years, you're going to have lots of security incidents no matter what. And unikernels do help out here. Now, there's some things that they can't really defend very well against. So one thing that's always affected things in Java land was deserialization attacks. That's like where you upload a class and then you can run all sorts of stuff. And most of those classes, what they do is they like do, you know, remote, they do like process builder or something like that. And then that like builds a reverse back shell or something like that. We don't allow that. So you could technically still, you know, if there's a vulnerability for that sort of thing, you could technically run Java code, but you won't be able to run, you know, an actual shell. You won't be able to run a crypto miner. You won't be able to do other things. And so that's where this really kind of helps out with unikernels on that end. But that's their little plea there. But yeah, this is you know, somebody had asked for this package. We do take requests, so if you got requests, just probably the easiest way is to hit us up on Twitter. But you know, YouTube works too. And this was WildFly running as a nanos unikernel. Till next week. How do you quit this damn